Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Happy Thursday, everybody. We're sweating Corey Connors today, big time. We need some magic here. Steve's gonna come on as well, I'm pretty sure. So I just sent him the link. But yeah, if you're in the chat, let me know how you doing today. Obviously, Masters Thursday, always fun. Let me do a refresh of this leaderboard. So first of all, we put out the 3-ball parlay today. We had Jason Day over Zach Johnson and Shane Lowry. That won. Now, Victor Hovland can get dicey on this 18th hole. We need to get this in before we worry about Corey Connors, who I think just bogeyed. He did. Oh, God. This is too much. Hovland. Oh, did he choke on the 18th, bro? No way. Did he actually? I haven't been watching. +3. Who was he going against? Patrick Cantlay and no, he's good. Hovland won. We're good. Carson, we're good. +3, but he won. Victor Hovland over Norton and Cantlay. So that one, Jason Day won. Adam Scott is looking really good. It's all going to come down to Corey Connors unless Adam Scott just like really chokes. But hopefully, hold on. Who is Corey Connors? I'm going to star these guys. He's going against Brennan. Oh, man. And pull the PGA website, shows 3-ball matchups. Yeah, Carson, I just assumed he was chalked early, but we got lucky there because Cantlay and Noren played terribly. Who's against Brennan and Harry Hall? Where is Mr. Harry Hall at here? Let's find him. Okay, it's this Michael Brennan. If he screws us, I'm gonna freak out. But that's what we're sweating. So we're kind of got a nice little sweat here in this 3-ball. Corey Connors, I'm begging. I don't know if there's a live line. Honestly, I might hedge this, to be quite honest with you. But let me see. I don't even know. I don't know if you can get anything down live. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can show that on stream. So I'm going to back up. I don't want to get banned. I was trying to pull up the shot tracker, but whatever. Okay, wait. Let's see. Matchups. 3-ball round 1 winner. Yeah, he's -360. Michael Brennan's -360 live. So we would have to. Yeah, I really don't want to lay like 5 units on this. So I don't know. We need Corey Connors to do. Please, I'll take a push, bro. I'll take a push. Everything else is good because the other 2 won, and then what do we have? Adam Scott over Harmon and Berger. Adam Scott just eagled. So he's 1 under, and then Berger is 3 over. Harmon is 5 over. I mean, Adam Scott is like really looking good. We just need Corey Connors, bro. Please. Oh, I'm begging. That would be a crazy hit for round 1. Corey Connors is like the most frustrating player. And actually what's crazy is Corey Connors is the guy that's the number 1 like matchup I felt the best about. I put it in the blog. Corey Connors has like the 5th best or sixth best round one scoring at the Masters the last 6 years. Like he absolutely dominates in the first round at this tournament. So that was like what I felt the best about. I don't know what Steve wants to get into when he gets in here. We'll talk. Probably talk Masters, talk some baseball. I know him and Caleb are planning to do their developer live stream tomorrow. So Steve's going to talk a little bit about how he used Claude, or no, I think OpenClaw to build some Masters numbers, and then he, used that to pick his Masters pool. So we'll hear what he has to say whenever he comes on. I know he was running a little bit late, but we're going to need Corey Connors. I'm going to try and pull it up on my phone. Damn. I honestly I should have hedged when they were even because we would have got a better. We would have got actually decent odds. Yeah, we need it, man. This would be a big win. I think a lot of people took this. Oh, yeah, Chris. I don't think you were in here when I was talking about it last week. Who? Corey Connors? Oh, my God. I don't know. I don't have it pulled up. Wait, let me see. I'm going to pull it up on my phone so I can actually watch it a little bit. Where's he at? 1 over. If he hit it in the water, I'm going to lose full. Think he did. Oh, my God. Sickening. Wait, watch live. Okay. I have it pulled up now. I think. Oh, I'm going to lose my mind, bro. That would just be such pain. I would rather lose every leg of that than come down to the last guy that I felt best about, and he loses. Anyways, Chris, back to what I was saying. Don't know if you were in here last week. So the FSGA, we do the futures draft. I took on DraftKings Carson. I just went to the 3 balls, and it was on there, but it was minus 360. So full transparency, I had I think I had a little over half unit on that parlay. So it will pay out 20 units. Oh my God, he did. He's gonna double. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna freak out. Oh my God, he did. He doubled. Well, there's no point in hedging now because he's gonna be minus 500. Unless Brennan bogeys too, but even then, I don't think it's gonna matter. But so I would have won 20. I would win 20 units on this. So I would have to lay like 6 or 7 to make it worth it, given those odds. But oh my God, this is just disgusting. I mean, just max pain right there. I don't even know. I don't want to tilt too much because, like I said, Connors is who I felt best about. So I don't think there's anyone that I would have picked over him. Like he was going to be in the play regardless. I don't know if Harry Hall just parred, so he's going to be at 3 over. I don't know if that was for par or bogey. Yeah, he did hit in the water. I don't know. Like I said, I'll take a push. Anything can happen. We need Brennan to just eject with 6 holes to go, which is certainly possible on this course. But yes, Chris. So I didn't put the ticket in. Sorry, I've tried to tell the story 3 times. But I drafted it last round of the FSGA draft. I took UND to win that, to ride along with you. So I had Michigan and UConn. I only took 2 NCAA futures in that FSGA draft. So I was good regardless. So we already hit Michigan. So if I hit UND, I think I'd be in a pretty good spot, honestly, to win this FSGA league. Trying to make sure. Did I send Steve this link? Okay, I did. So I'm definitely riding UND with you, Chris. Hopefully they come through. I hope this is this for bogey? Does anybody know? Or for par? It's not showing me. Oh my God, he's got a birdie putt. What the hell? He better miss. Oh my God, he just poured that in. I think we're chalked, bro. I just want to stop watching this. This is just disgusting. Michael Brennan just cost me 2 bans, bro. Actually, Michael Brennan didn't cost me 2 bans. Corey Connors did. This absolute terrorist. And you know what? Sam warned me about him, but I got too sucked into his first round numbers. I mean, oh my God. He's got to be what, minus 500. I guess I could put. Let me see. You might not even be able to bet it, to be honest. Now, yeah, he's minus 850 now. I'd have to bet 1,000 to break even, or basically profit like $50. Oh my God. I don't know, chat. I won't call it dead. You never know. Maybe something will happen. We got 6 holes. We need to start. Somebody hire like an Etsy witch or one of those people. Like we really need someone on the grounds to start doing like a rain dance or something, please. I think Steve's in here now. Oh, Steve.
What's going on? Sounds like the chat and Ben are down. What's going on, Ben?
Yeah, we had a nasty around 1 3-ball parlay. It would pay $2,000. Everybody is across. We just need Corey Connors. And when I came on this when I came on the stream, they were tied, him and Brennan. And now Corey Connors proceeded to hit his ball in the water and double bogey. And Michael Brennan just poured in like a 30-foot birdie putt. So yeah, we're down bad right now, unfortunately. Disheartening.
Well, they're in Eamon's corner, so
I know. Anything can happen.
Survive, and then you got a few birdie holes to finish it out. So
I'd love a push. If we could just get a push. I'm not going to call it over yet. We need a push, though. But how are you doing? Hopefully better than that.
Good. Yeah. Got Thursdays have all of a sudden become really busy. But otherwise, we're doing really good.
So I was telling the chat a little bit. Are you guys going to do the dev stream?
Yeah, tomorrow? We're going to do that tomorrow. But I thought we could do a little teaser today and just take a look at the output.
Yeah, I would. I'm definitely curious.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, Chad, I'm just disgusted.
I mean, that dejected Ben.
Dude, that's $2,000, man.
That you'd already stuffed in your jeans.
No, because I've done this for too long, so I know not to do that. But I told the chat, like, Corey Connors is the guy that I felt best about today. And oh man.
Well, we have him ranked 10th in this list. So let me pull it up. Let's get a share going here. So just so everyone at home knows.
Me too, brother. Give it too much gray hair. Me too, man. Me too.
Okay, so you can
let me
see my screen. Move it. If I move it over here, can you still see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll zoom in a bit for those with old eyes. There we go. How does that look for everyone at home?
Nice.
So I just want to quickly kind of set the stage of like how I kind of put this together. So as some of you know, been playing a little bit with OpenClaw. For those who haven't heard of it, it is definitely the kind of technological wave of the future. There's a new age upon us where we're going to have these like autonomous agents kind of doing stuff on our behalf. And so one of the cool things is that, obviously data feeds by rolling insights. We've got all the PGA data. We power other people's PGA platforms. We actually heard a really cool new, I won't mention it, but we heard a really cool new idea for a fantasy PGA game. Once they're signed up and out, then we'll share it with everyone. But we're going to, hopefully power their back end. So we've got access to all the data. So I essentially went to OpenClaw, and I'll show this tomorrow. I said, hey, OpenClaw, we've got a master's pool coming up. Here's all the data. You come up with theory, you do your research, and then you return back a ranked list of golfers. And so what it's done here is it's gone and created a kind of single value ranking. So this composite score. It's then rating the recent form, the historical scores, so past masters, kind of consistency, master appearances, masters cuts made, number of events that were included. So it went back, it went back 24 events, 25 events. I can't remember how many. It must be 25 events because Maverick McNeely's played in 25. And then how many times they've made cut. And then just kind of gives a little note as to why that person's ranked where they are. So the list is somewhat interesting. The one thing I think that OpenClaw could have come up with to add to the strategy is just a little bit of a wait for past winners, because I think that there is something about past winners having success there. How many times has Nick Faldo won it? 4. Maybe a little less in recent times. It's tough for repeat winners. But there is a little bit, I think, that could be graded on past winners. Other than that, I thought, when you look at the data, it's so fascinating. Like Maverick McNeely being number 2. I mean, you look 22 of 25 cuts made, so playing a lot, 1 for 1 at the Masters, so he's got a little bit of Masters experience. I wouldn't have put him at number 2. He's probably a little overweight in my opinion, but it is interesting from a data perspective and a consistency perspective, where he could be. And that's one of those like sleepers where if you look at the odds, I can't remember what Maverick McNeely's odds were, but they were, he was down middle of the pack. So that could be a good value bet to jump on or value pick in your pools. Scotty and Hideki's won. Scotty's obviously won. Daniel Berger was another interesting one. 19 of 21, 2 cuts made. He's been there twice. Tommy, our boy Tommy Fleetwood, the smoothest, swing in golf, the modern day Freddie Couples, 18 of 19 cuts, 4 for 4. Harris English, he was up there this morning. Siwoo Kim, Matty Fitzpatrick, he obviously has done well in the past. Michael Kim and Corey Connors. So the list doesn't. But I will say that, there is going to be this future where you're just going to be able to give your agent data and it's going to be able to go with your help and like shape your theory. And this process was really easy. We built SportWise specifically for this task where you could go in, get the data in, build your own kind of model, and then use that to help, whether it's fantasy or make your bets or just as a fan. We're gonna figure out how do we get agents plugged into SportWise. Otherwise, SportWise might not be required anymore.
Yeah, well, that would be really cool, honestly. Like, especially when we get to like football season and stuff. I think there's a lot of fun stuff that you could do. But this is super interesting. The only one that was really surprising to me on this list was Daniel Berger. Everything else,
Really,
I think makes sense. Yeah, I just don't know how I don't think he hits the ball far enough for Augusta, but overall, he's played
2
well
cuts
this
made.
season. Yeah.
And the other thing too is this probably isn't trying to pick a winner. This is trying to win a fantasy pool. So it's probably overemphasizing cuts made as opposed to analyzing like the specific attributes of the golfer and that type of golfer who then wins tournaments. And like it really where come down here. Looking at pass him. Yeah, it's like it really hurt the live players. And it did it intentionally, knowingly that, there's just not a lot of tournaments there. And, them coming over and then playing it in majors has been a bit inconsistent. Um, Bryson, for example, 2 of 4. This is quite illuminating to me because in my one pool, like a bunch of guys were like, oh man, like you got to pick Bryson high. Like he's going to, and I was kind of like, oh, I didn't realize that he's only made the cut twice in the last 4 years.
I think Bryson and Rahm were like arguably the 2 most bet on people too this week. Both are very popular.
Rahm was like even lower if I.
Yeah, at least Rahm has won here before.
Yeah.
So I can kind of understand it. The Bryson stuff, I don't know. I mean, for like the price you were getting him at, no matter what, like betting DFS or even in a pool, like you said, high owned, I don't really think he can hit his irons consistently enough to win here, like 4 rounds in a row. I could be wrong because he was in the mix last year, on Sunday, and then kind of fell apart. But I didn't really have any interest in Rahm or Bryson, and they kind of seem to be like most people's picks. Yeah. And that's not to say that I'm right and those people are wrong. I personally just didn't have any interest in them, but neither of them played well today.
Here's the thing about Bryson. I love Bryson. I think he's like one of my favorite golfers of all time. And a lot of people hate that. He's such a nerd, the professor, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing about Bryson is he is always gaming for the edge. So if the edge doesn't work, or he can't execute for that edge, he's in trouble. and I don't fault him. Like he goes out to win golf tournaments. He's not going out to place 10th and like protect $1 million. He's going out to try to win. So, he can win. He's definitely capable of winning at Augusta. It's just that he could miss 10 cuts and then win one. Once that edge or whatever angle he's trying to play ends up working out for him.
Yeah, I just don't I don't know. I'm not saying he can't win. He's a major winner, but I just don't know.
The odds are bad.
Yeah, like for the odds you're getting him at, and I went on this rant yesterday. Like, even if neither of these guys win, I didn't understand Oberg, who is literally my favorite golfer. I didn't understand how he was priced lower than Xander to win when Xander has multiple top 10s here, multiple majors. Ludwig has really struggled to close out tournaments. He couldn't close out Valero last week. I don't know why. I'm not saying he can't win the Masters, but why is he lower odds than Xander? It just didn't make sense to me. Corey Connors just hit it in the woods too. Ryan, I know I'm going to lose my mind. This guy is just, oh my
Canadian. God. He just won. Did he win last week?
Yeah. What? Come on, man. He's Canadian. I work with the Canadians. We are allies. Why are you doing this to me, bro?
But I can't remember. Did he win last week or was that 2 weeks ago?
I don't think he won. He's played okay.
I thought he won recently.
I don't think so.
I'm probably wrong though. Maybe I saw an old clip of his wife kind of running on the.
Yeah, I think that was old. Anyways, I don't think but he's played okay. But I told the chat he has the 6th lowest round 1 score average at Augusta the last 5 or 6 years. He has played really, really well here. And he's going against Michael Brennan. Come on, man. All right. This is super cool though, Steve. And I think I think it's something that we can build off of it with the other majors coming up, because this is your first run at it, right? Doing this.
Yeah. Well, it honestly took 15 minutes. I just went into API Locker, who everyone could go and create a free trial. I went into API Locker, created a credential for PGA, passed that, the documentation and the endpoints to OpenClaw. It riffed on it 4 or 5 times. And this is the output. And like I said, there's some tweaks I already want to make to it.
Yeah, was there anything that stuck out to you the most?
Just the McNeely number 2. That was the big
Yeah,
thing.
that was interesting too. But
I
I think
so
this
I
was
did it.
pretty spot on, dude.
I don't really disagree with, maybe Jake Knapp is a little high in my opinion. Hits the ball a ton. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Rory a little low considering, but he missed a cut and hasn't played a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, that's why I thought, like, I know Scotty is gonna rank number 1, like, kind of no matter what. But that's why I thought this year was so interesting, because Scotty really hasn't he really hasn't played well since not I don't want to say he hasn't played well by his standards, hasn't played well since basically the first tournament of the year that he won. Other than that, he really hasn't been in the mix because he hasn't been able to put
Yeah.
4 rounds together, and his approach play has just not been what it was last year. And then Rory, we haven't seen play either, especially after he tweaked his back a few weeks ago, and he just really took it light after the players in preparation for this. So that's why I thought it was a little bit, more wide open than normal because we haven't seen those guys.
Well, so the funny thing is,
but then they're both right up there, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing about those guys. They really only care about the majors. But we'll see. It's 4 days. Rory's been up there before and then disappeared. Scotty less so. He's a lot more consistent. If he's playing well in round 1, he normally plays well that whole week. But it's funny. So it's funny because in my drafters pool last night, again, everyone knows my panic drafting.
Yeah, wait, can you tell us who you picked?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. So I had the third pick, and I was trying to get everything ready. And those drafts kind of like start quick, in my opinion. It's like your draft is starting now, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I got a second here. Then boom, you're just like right into it. So my first pick was Rory, which was not my plan. I wanted Hideki Matsui.
What's the format for this? Like, is it a snake draft, or can people have the same?
It's snake, and what's the rules again? They didn't have a lot of options on there, which I thought was a little bit surprising.
Because I've played in the ones where you just pick any golfer, like you just pick 6 golfers or whatever, and then whoever has the lowest score wins. Like, people can have the same picks, I guess.
Exact same.
So I've played in those. I've never done like a snake draft for golf. I don't think
it's total strokes. So the leader right now has minus 16, and he's got Scotty Scheffler, Matt Patrick, Hideki Matsui, and these are all individual drafts. So I would love to know who this guy is drafting with in this draft. Like, that's the one thing I don't love about drafters. Is you go into an overall pool with thousands of drafts, but each draft is of 5 people. So I can't know if you guys can see that. That's a ridiculous. Did he game that?
Well, I know Underdog's really good with kind of policing that stuff, especially when we're talking about football, when there's huge prize pools at stake, right? We're talking millions of dollars at stake in these big football contests. So they're pretty good about policing that. Not saying drafters isn't. I just don't know the background there.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got how many guys in the top 20 on this list? It's ridiculous.
So all right.
Definitely not
He's
winning.
He's got
that
a birdie look here, chat. I'm trying to see. It looks makeable, right? It's 17 feet. I guess that's not great, but he's got a birdie look. I don't know what these other clowns in his group are doing, but he's got a birdie look. Brennan will probably eagle this par 5 and just bury us. But all right. Well, I'm looking forward to listening to you and Caleb talk about this tomorrow. I think this is interesting, and like I said, I don't know. I think there's stuff with football we could do with stuff like this.
100%.
Which would be really interesting.
100%. The one advantage SportWise has, and you could theoretically give your open claw access to your SportWise account to solve this problem. SportWise has an integration with Yahoo.
Yeah.
SportWise has an integration with Fantrax. We don't have a sleeper one yet. It's somewhere on the roadmap. So, you can go in and get your actual team information, where that is a little bit harder to do with OpenClaw, because you have to kind of connect through the integration. You got to keep create developer accounts and blah 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 blah. But you probably could do that through SportWise and then get OpenClaw to open the browser and then pull your team and the other teams so you understand what free agents are, and then connect with all our APIs, pull it in, do the analysis. So for your specific team, yeah, I think you could use SportWise to help with that. For some of the stuff that we're going to do it on stream, like we'll be able to analyze week by week who the top performers are. We'll maybe be able to go back 3 or 4 games to say who's trending. We might even be able to, shout out to Bob Long, apply the consistency report, methodology to find, who's the most consistent across all weeks. All that's going to be super easy with OpenClaw and any agent, if you're doing it with Claude Code Agent or Perplexity Computer or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's fun stuff. It's very fun stuff.
Definitely.
What was the other thing I was going to say? The other thing I've been doing is kind of using it as kind of like a live sports recap. As Ben knows, my life is like moderate chaos at all times right now, having 3 young kids and then just an extremely busy work schedule. So I can just like say, hey, give me a recap of what happened last night. And because we have play-by-play data as well, the box scores, it does a pretty good job of kind of like bubbling up the important things that happened, just by sending me kind of a message saying like, here's what happened last night in sports.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting, honestly. And that's something, like you said, there's other people with young kids that I'm sure have very similar problems. Like, I think that's something a lot of people would utilize, even if they're not playing fantasy sports, right? Like, I think something like that's useful for people that play fantasy because they kind of know what's going on. But even if you're just a big MLB fan or big NBA fan and, you have kids and stuff, you don't have time to surf around the games all night, every night now. You can wake up
read all the
morning.
articles.
Yeah, like maybe you watch your favorite team, but then the next morning, okay, here's kind of, we know what's going on with the other teams. Or even if, other teams in your division and stuff. I do think other people would think that is useful as well.
Yeah. Well, tune in tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about how to set that up and how we did it for PGA and go through some specific instructions. I've got another story to tell.
Let's hear it.
So kind of to that point of not really being, I can turn off the screen share. It's not required for this story. So we can shift to hockey. So I was in a pool league. I won it last year. And I think I mentioned this previously, and they switched this year the scoring system. And I didn't know. The commissioner didn't say anything. So I went, didn't do any pre-work. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to run the exact same strategy as last year. And then about 4 or 5 weeks in, I'm like, man, I'm losing every week. I'm like, what's going on here? And I'd used the same data space in SportWise that had the old scoring system. And I'm looking at all the players. I'm like, no, I got all the right players. What's going on? Why am I losing every week? Come to realize that he switched the scoring system. So finished the year. There's only 8 teams in this one, but it's a $100 entry. Finished the year in second last place. So I'm like, that's okay. I'm going into the playoffs now that I understand the scoring system, etc. I'm going to try to win this thing. So week 1, knocked off second place. Reseeded, have to play the team 1 in week 2, knocked off team 1. So in the finals right now against the third place team. And we'll see what happens. I'm up by 20 points right now.
That's actually crazy.
I got a message from one of the guys. He's like, I don't know how the F you're doing this, but he's like, Malkin had a hat trick and Will Cooley had a hat trick. This is complete luck. And I was like, wow, Malkin's been playing well all year. He just came
Yeah,
back from
yeah.
injury. Like, I can't really say that it's completely lucky. Will Cooley's been a hat trick. I'd already essentially beat you, but yeah, a hat trick, maybe a bit of luck. But Will Cooley's been pretty productive all year. So we'll see. We'll see. Don't want to jinx myself, but even making the finals from not understanding the scoring system heading into the draft and essentially not having any top players except for Brady Tkachuk. I'm pretty happy to even make the finals.
Oh, for sure. That's actually crazy. So does every team make the playoffs?
And this one, yeah, because there's only 8
Okay.
teams.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
was
That makes sense.
that was part of my assessment too. I was like, oh, am I going to be able to make the playoffs? It's like, oh, everyone makes it. So
Everyone makes it, yeah.
I can just start gearing towards how to beat the top teams.
Interesting. That would be so funny if you win the league after you didn't know the rules. You should just never let them hear the end of it, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know the guys very well, and some of the names I don't know. Like there's one guy in there named Cody. I don't know if it's the Cody I know or if it's a different Cody. If it's the Cody I know, I'll talk some smack. But if it's a random Cody, then I don't want to be that guy. Anyways, we'll see. There's still 10 days left. There's a lot, however long is left in the NHL season. A lot of time to go.
Yeah, how many games are left in total
5
for regular season? Okay, I was gonna say I know. I was gonna guess 4.
Yeah.
So.
But some of the playoff races, I don't know if you want to pull up the standings, pretty wild. Like the NHL has been must-see TV. Like anyone who's not watched the NHL, 2 coaches have been fired in the last 10 games. Like that never happens.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just wait till the end of the season at this point?
I think there's 2 schools of thought. So one of them we already talked about in Vegas. They're cutthroat. I think they have a chance to win, and so they're like, if they're not, even though they're going to make the playoffs, if they're not performing up to expectations, why keep Bruce Cassidy around? So, and they brought in John Tortorella, who has a history of winning. Not that Bruce Cassidy doesn't. And so I think there's an element of hey, maybe we can switch the coach up and go on a run. The second piece is, I don't think this applies to Tortorella as much, but Pete DeBoer replaced Patrick Waugh in New York. I think that's a little bit of a, hey, if we wait to try to bring this guy in at the end of the season, he might not be available. So let's hire him now and see if he can take us on a run. I think Pete DeBoer has been to the finals 6 times. I don't think he's ever won, but he's been to the finals 6 times. So he's got the, whatever it takes to get a team to the final dance. And then you've got him locked up for next year. So you don't have to worry about the Leafs or somebody else trying to go in and scoop him in the summer. So I think there was a little bit of that. They'd already made up their mind that Patrick Waugh wasn't the guy. And so you might as well just go get the best guy available now.
Yeah, I think
that's still crazy.
Sense. It's just so weird to me because of the NFL is so cut and dry. It's you fire guys, and at the end of the year, you hire someone. They're I don't know. It's just so weird. But then I know baseball and basketball is kind of different in comparison to NHL.
Well, and NHL has a bit of a history of when your new coach comes in, teams go on a run. So you can kind of, if you can time it right and figure out how long that run's going to be and if it's going to work out, this could really work out for both these teams. I think, what's Vegas' last 10 games? The Islanders have been 3-7, so they can't get any worse. And they might not make the playoffs now. They've lost 4 in a row. So they must have lost to a game at least with Pete DeBoer on the bench. And then if you go to the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I see here. Vegas
is won 4 in a row.
4 in a row, yeah.
And they're right back in there, and they're 2 points behind the Oilers, 1 ahead the Ducks. They could win the Pacific. and then they play the Mammoth.
Yeah. So who do you think's getting these two spots, both in the East and in the West? You think it's these two? Well, Utah's pretty far up, so I would say who's getting this?
Yeah, they're not catching Utah, so it's Nashville or LA really, because the Sharks are kind of dropping, which is we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing is like the Jets have been soaring.
Yeah,
like they were a lottery pick,
6-3-1 in their last 10.
And they were like a bottom feeder, like worst 3 teams in the league at one point. And they're only, what is that? It's got all blurry, but what? Sorry, 4 points back?
Yes.
4 points back. 2 games back, 5 to go. They got to jump 3 teams. So let's say the Sharks aren't going to make it. So they got to jump Kings and Preds. It could happen. And then you get the Jets to face in round 1 if you're the Oilers or the Knights. Man. Actually, no, they would probably face, scroll back up. They'd probably face the Mammoth. Yeah, because Colorado. So the Jets would have to face Colorado. Oh, that would be terrible for Colorado. That would be like the year that the Lightning won the President's Cup trophy and President's Trophy, and then your Columbus Blue Jackets knocked them out in 4 straight.
Yep, that was crazy. Chris said Wild and Dallas will be awesome first round. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think they're 2 good teams. As we know, my pick's Dallas. They're better than Wild.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. What about the East wild card here? So Boston, they're pretty far up, so I would assume they're good to go. We have Ottawa, and then Columbus 2 back, Detroit 3 back, Islanders 3 back, Caps 3 back. So you kind of have 5 teams for that one spot right there.
It's a logjam. It's an absolute logjam. So I don't think the Red Wings are gonna make it because they're just
3-6-1 in their last 10. Same with Columbus. They've kind of fallen. The wheels are coming off. And the Islanders are 3-7-1 in their last 10, but and on that 4-game losing streak.
I just think the Islanders have a better team. And I know everyone's like, well, they were absolute, trash last year. But when you look at the makeup of their roster, I actually think they have a pretty good team, and they've got the best goalie out of all those teams. Yeah. So I think the Islanders have a very good chance. I would say the other one, they're obviously sitting in the spot right now, are the Senators. They just have a lot of talent, and it's about time that they, started to make some moves. Like you got Brady Tkachuk, you got Stützle, you got Jake Sanderson on the back end. Like they just have good players.
This is a good time to remind you there's a ton of people in here. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go do that. It's free. Also, you can join the Discord. It's free. If you want to hear me rage about Corey Connors later on, get in the Discord. And if you tailed the parlay, I'm sorry. If we end up losing on Corey Connors, you can blame him because, that's his fault. We were set up so well. So, yeah, but get in the Discord and subscribe to YouTube, please. Continuing on here. I know we talked a good amount about like the futures and stuff last week. So do you have any other thoughts, I guess, on the NHL? When do the playoffs officially start? After next week?
It would be,
or is it the last week of April?
It ends mid next week, if I remember correctly. So that means it would start the following weekend.
The following week, yeah. So the week of the April 20th. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I know we talked a little bit about NBA playoffs too. Let me see when that officially starts. The play-in NBA playoff. I know it's coming up also.
We got to get you an agent in the background just doing all this work for you.
I would just do it for me.
your
Very good.
producer notes.
Dude, that would be sick. Honestly, we should do that.
We could. Let's do it.
Play-in tournament April 14th. So that is coming next week. 14th and 15th.
That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think I mentioned before. I mean, like, I played basketball, not well, but I did play high school varsity, and I love the game. Do not love the regular season NBA, but I love the playoffs.
Yeah, that's I think that's a lot of people's take, to be honest, and I don't think it's a bad take. I think I just don't know, and I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know how to fix it, to be honest with you. I think the playoffs are still really good. I think the NBA playoffs are great.
Yes.
Really fun to watch, competitive, fun to bet on, fun to watch and bet on. Like, I really believe that. The regular season, I don't know. I don't know if it's Adam Silver problem. I don't know
The
why
problem,
it's so
the
bad
problem
now.
here's my take on it. Is even like, I think the NBA has done the best job at like modifying, what they have in terms of a product to showcase and highlight the best games. So, making sure you've got marquee matchups and like really marketing them. I love the like mid-season tournaments. I love the play-in. I think the NHL should do the play-in for sure, especially if they increase the number of teams in the league. I love all that. But then I watch the games, not the play-in games, the tournaments and the regular season, the highlight, the spotlight games, all that jazz. 75% of the game, it's literally lifeless. Till they get to the end, and then it starts getting interesting because they're trying to win it. So part of it is they've got to somehow. You watch a college basketball game. We just finished watching March Madness. That's, what is it, 42 minutes? I can't remember how many minutes the games are. Of just exceptional energy and chaos the whole game, start to finish. You go watch an NBA game, and it's lifeless.
Yeah, chat, does anybody have any solutions of how you would fix the it's like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how to phrase it. I don't want to say fix the NBA, but it's like the regular season, like, what can we do to make this a more enjoyable experience to watch? Because I think most people share that sentiment. I don't know. I'd have to look at the ratings and stuff. And it's hard for me to judge ratings because I totally agree more people stream stuff than watch, like, especially like illegally. Totally agree with that. But at the same time, there's also so many more people like than there was 20 years ago. So I don't know how you can like weight it, right? So if you're like, oh, this is the most watched game ever. Well, yeah, there's like how many more million people than there was for the vast majority of the times that these leagues were in operating. So
even in terms of watching it, like, it's just the product on the court. Like, I think back to, I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan. And if Michael Jordan was playing on a Tuesday versus, I don't know, the Detroit Pistons, it was good start. The New York Knicks versus the Chicago Bulls on a Tuesday night in the middle of winter was must-see TV. Now it's a sleep fest.
I think even when I was younger, I think the NBA was fun to watch regular season. And like, this is, I'm talking, 10, 15 years ago. I think it was still fun to watch. I think this is a more recent development. Like, it's just progressively gotten worse, but I think it's really bad like the last few years. But even like 10 or 15 years ago, it was still fun.
The number one thing that I think contributes to it is the load management and maintenance of players. Because no one wants to get hurt, so no one's really out there like pushing the limits. No one's trying to win a spot on the team. There's no like, really pushing to surprise. You don't have, Jeremy Lin out there surprising anyone, pushing the limits. It's just all very calm, predictable, professional, so that when they get to the time that matters, that they're actually healthy.
Yeah, I do think too long of a season. Agree with that. They could shorten it up. Is anybody watching this? Is this accurate? Did Brennan hit his drive like 3 holes over to the left and then still put it to 30? Like, is that real? That has to be like an error on the shot tracker. Steve, let me show you the shot. I gotta share this.
Yeah.
Just look at this. Is this real?
Ooh.
Someone tell me if he actually did this. Did he really hit his drive way over here and then still shove it in there? Like, that can't be right.
Definitely not real.
That has to be an error, correct?
Yeah.
Someone,
can't be right.
please save me. If he actually did this,
what is the length of that second shot?
30. I don't even know. The 136 yards, and he apparently hit it way over there and then stuck it to 30 feet. If he actually did that, I'm actually gonna lose my mind.
I made a birdie.
No, he missed, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he missed it. He's a par.
I don't think that
has
accurate.
to be wrong. It has to be like an error.
Because so for 130 yards in for a second shot to
it fixed itself. Okay.
Good.
Oh man, because I was really gonna freak out. This thing's tweaking. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Yeah, well, as we talk about all the time, you're dealing with live data, so it could be, like the person on whoever's recording the shots, like.
Oh, did he just hole out? Corey Con, hey, we might be back, baby. Look at that, a little chip in birdie. We might be back, and yes, 100%, Steve. This is like an exercise for the people, the latency folks out there that think you're going to get highly accurate data within like 5 seconds. Like, that's possible or something.
Well, like 100% accuracy. I bet you what happened there. That got whoever is on shot tracker duty, whoever's the watcher at the game, who does the charting and counting.
He dropped his text mix.
He had a different. He still had what's his name selected, and then was trying to record the drive from someone on 3 holes over.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense, and then fixed it.
Yeah. All right.
And then probably estimated his actual drive on the way back.
Yeah, that was probably a rough estimate. Or he asked like some dude that he walked past, like, hey, how far was that drive? All right, chat. Hey, look, we have 4 holes left, and we're only 3 back now. So, look, we're looking for a push at this point. I think a win is unrealistic. 4 holes to go, down 3, but a push is certainly in the realm of possibilities. I mean, 1 birdie and 1 bogey swing, we're back to 1. And we have a par 5. Corey Connors could pull something out. I think we have a par 5 coming up here. We could get an eagle. Like an eagle and a par, we're 1 back with 3 to go. We're right back in the mix now. If only he didn't hit it in the water. If he would have just bogeyed that hole, we'd be fine. But yeah. All right, Steve, any final thoughts?
We didn't talk about baseball.
Oh yeah,
I'm a bit down on baseball right now. We can talk about it actually next week. Am I around? We can talk about it next week. I think I'm here.
Yeah, I still see it.
Yeah, 16th.
Yeah.
16th, yeah. 20. No, 23rd I'm here. 30th I'm not here. Okay, I'll cancel that right now.
Yeah, were you able to do you have a data space though? Because we can pull it up next week.
I'll have it next week. I did create one. I just need to kind of go through and double check because I kind of copied the old one from last year and updated. So I just need to clean it up. But I do have one. I think both of our teams are middle of the pack, bobbing and weaving as we go.
Yeah.
The thing that is, 2 things we'll leave on this note. We don't need to have a big conversation about Wyatt Langford. Like, what's going on there? Like,
I know I keep waiting for it. It's like I keep waiting for it and it's not coming, but that doesn't mean it can't.
It's just, I'm getting impatient though. I'm getting impatient.
Oh, Chris wants to know if you're on the college hockey tonight. We'll be watching.
I will be checking the results, particularly on
Oh
Instagram.
wait, you didn't.
But unfortunately, I don't get to watch much in terms of sports during child bedtime. So I have to catch it all up on Instagram. But I'll definitely be checking out the who's winning the Frozen Four. But
I mean, can this guy
and
take
then
the
the other
worst
thing,
route on any of these holes? Go
Corey.
ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
The other thing
ignore me.
on baseball is like all these injuries. It's like it's an epidemic in baseball right now.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I feel like it's that very similar to NBA, where it's just gotten progressively worse. It's the same thing in baseball. It's just gotten progressively worse over the last few years.
Is it because these guys are so tightly
I don't
wound
have an
now?
explanation. I don't know. Like, doesn't it feel like college football and college basketball, there are injuries, but not to the extent of the NFL and the NBA? Like, does it not? Is that just like? Does it just seem that way
And
to me, or is it
MLB.
real? Like, yeah, like it's just weird, man.
We had a company that was using our data to analyze injuries and performance. They kind of closed up shop because the doctors had, I think, better things to do, but than help us fantasy players.
Sure.
But I thought it was an interesting kind of thought process of, can you correlate injury with performance? Again, we have the data. If someone wanted, we don't have historical injury data. We only have injury current data. But it would be an interesting thing to explore.
So, like, and then also tell me this: if I totally understand that these teams are trying to be smart so that they can put themselves in position for next season. But if I was an owner and I'm paying a guy $60 million to play basketball this year, what is my thought process of being like, oh, we stink, so you just get paid and don't even play? Like,
you just take the rest of the year off. Yeah.
What is that thought process?
Well, the thought process is that we don't want him to get injured so that he sucks for the rest of his career.
Why are the owners just cool paying these guys crazy money to just not play? Because that did not used to happen. And I'm not saying they don't deserve money. I'm just saying, like, you're paying him to not play, like, willingly. Like, he's not going to play. Oh, well.
Well, and I think that the interesting part is, and this is probably a consequence of the handicap, not the handicap, the salary cap, is that it's a sunk cost. Like, it doesn't matter who you're paying X number of dollars every year in salary, whether it's this player or that player. So I think to a degree, they, like, from a financial perspective, they just look at it as like, well, it doesn't really matter. And if he's injured, we get insurance money back, so we can get a little bit of a discount if he's deemed injured. But I think they're looking at protecting their investment long term. But my point is that the quality of NBA in particular, I don't think this is the same with MLB and NFL. I think MLB is on the rise right now. Is NBA in particular, like, the overall product is just degrading. So if you don't have that guy out there in the court, you're not selling as many seats. There's not as many people watching. It just kind of slowly, like we talked about over 10 years, just gets a little worse. And then by the time it's almost unwatchable, unless you're watching the playoffs. Whereas, like, I think in MLB, it's a little bit different in that they're finally getting that chance to be a personality sport, a mainstay. They're on TV every day. I think the players are wound up a lot tighter. Like, they're pushing the limits of their physicality. Like, you look at the way the pitchers pitch compared to 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So like, it's almost like they're happening for two different reasons. Like, in one, it's like, oh, well, whatever. And then on the MLB side, it's like, well, I kind of get it. Like that guy's contorting his arm while throwing it 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, the baseball, like the pitcher stuff, I understand, but the basketball stuff, I don't understand. And I
There's so
like
many
what
basketball players.
I know, but who like is anyone doing? I'm sure there are. I'm saying, can you point me in the direction of this study on why these guys are popping their Achilles left and right? Like this makes no sense to me. Like there has to be some change. Like there has to be something that has changed over the course of whatever. It comes back to how much they lift weights and work out, I'm sure. But there's
And I got to
something.
run.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll
I'll
let
talk
you
to the
keep
chat.
going.
I'll talk
Bye,
to the
buddy.
chat. These guys
See you
just
next
pop
week.
their Achilles like crazy, man, and I just don't get it. Chat, we need this guy to put it in the water somehow, some way. I want to click this watch live, but I don't think I can show that on stream, so I don't want to get us banned. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till his second shot pops, and then I'll get off here. Tons of people in here. Appreciate you. I will be live tomorrow. We'll come on and sweat some masters tomorrow too. I'll put another 3-ball parlay out for tomorrow. Hopefully, somehow, some way, Corey Connors finds a way to push this over these last couple holes. We need something crazy to happen. And I've seen crazier stuff. I've seen guys come back from 2 on 1 hole before, like it is capable of happening. Just really wish he didn't put it in the water on that 1 hole and we'd be looking a lot better. Make sure you guys join the Discord. It's free. I will be around in there to answer some questions later on. You guys can tag me in there. Let me see what Corey did on this hole. He just took the worst angle. He put himself over behind those trees. Yeah, he basically had to. I mean, he's kind of middle for his third shot. He's got 100. A little wedge in there over the water. I don't know why. I don't know what this guy's doing here. Oh, wait. What is up with the shot tracker here? Because he was dead center. Now he's over here. Can someone explain this to me? So did he hit a bad shot or not? All right, I'm about to get off this. I'm going to tilt even harder watching this shot tracker that makes no sense. Good luck. Hopefully Corey Connors makes some magic happen. Check Twitter later for play for tomorrow or probably late tonight since they start early. Hop in the Discord, subscribe to YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.